Hello. Alright guys, we're going to talk about how to make an object move across the screen in Scratch. If you watched the previous video, then you know that we've gone over the fundamentals, the different categories in Scratch, and a few of the blocks that you will need to be able to know how to use in order to learn the fundamentals and basics of programming. So if you're wanting to make, say, this cat, which is the default sprite, move across the screen, first you would use the events that I mentioned that you use to first start your program. So you want to use when this green flag is clicked. We want this block to allow us to start the program. So that's what's going to allow us to start it. If I click this, now the program is running, but it stopped because there's nothing that we told it to do. So we would use the motions as we listed before. We can make it move 10 steps, and it will move 10 steps. But maybe we want it to move maybe 80 steps. Let's run this. But what if we want it to simply move across the screen smoothly? Then we would not use this block. We would use this glide blank seconds to X, Y. So maybe we want it to glide over here to this position. So if you'll notice here in the corner, this shows you the X and Y value of where your sprite is placed. So we're just going to copy these. The X is going to be 179 and the Y is going to be 14. Maybe we want it to glide smoothly for 5 seconds. So let's move this back over here and let's run the program. It's going to simply glide across the screen for 5 seconds until it reaches the XY coordinate of 174 and 14. So that's how you make a sprite move across the screen. But what if you want it to do that continuously, and once it finishes this, go back and restart this? So then how about we use this set X to right there where we have it at. The X is going to be negative 175. But what about the Y value? Because it's going to have to be 3. Otherwise, it might be off the screen when we run the program. So let's set the Y to 3, just where it is now. Now let's run the program. So it's now going to glide across the screen to 5 seconds, and it's going to set the Y back. But it didn't start the program over again like we wanted it to. So how about we go back into control and use a loop. So let's use this repeat. Let's repeat it 2 times. And let's run this. So now what it's doing is it's going to glide across the screen and it's going to go back and restart it. So it repeated what we told it to 2 times. So more under motion, we will get to the repeating later on and go to that more detailed. But it's basically just a loop to loop what's inside of it. Maybe you want this cat to follow where your mouse is. So go to mouse pointer when clicked. But I can't exactly do very much because I'm having to click this, so we will have to fix that. So how about we make it glide? Or maybe we can just say, yeah, let's make it glide. You actually cannot do that. We can make it point towards the mouse pointer so it will rotate. But let's make it wait. So again, we will go over this a little more in detailed later on when we go over controls. So let's make it wait, say 2 seconds. Maybe we want it pointing over here. 2 seconds later it's pointing over there. Run the program again. 2 seconds later it's pointing over here. So that's how you make things move on your screen.